I remember going to the movies in February 2018, February 15th, 2018 to be exact. I wore a dashiki and I went to see Black Panther. I actually saw it on February 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. I bought 4 pairs of tickets and forced all the people closest in my life to come see it with me. On the first night, I saw it with my sister Marilyn, and we sat in awe as one of the most popular movie studios in the world presented a mainstream superhero movie about black people. It was written and directed by a black man, starring black men and black women, with blackness centered as the central focus of the plot. I went on to see Black Panther 10 times in theaters. When people ask me why I went so many times, I always responded, because I don't know when this is going to happen again. It was monumental. The movie was the highest grossing solo superhero movie at the time. It grossed a worldwide total of $1.3 billion. It's the 9th highest grossing film of all time and the highest grossing film by a black director. It broke records and shattered expectations and has a permanent space in my head and heart. For me, this was a celebration of blackness, and the grand marshal of the parade was Chadwick Boseman. Chad's face is on the poster and the marketing materials, lunchboxes, t-shirts, stickers, backpacks. It's on the Blu-ray cover art. His face comes up when you Google Black Panther. It's hard for me to separate him from the role or from the success of the movie. For the rest of my memories, the success of Black Panther will be closely attached to the success of Chadwick Boseman. I think for some people, tying Chad so closely to Black Panther is troublesome because of his other remarkable roles, which for someone in the prime of their career was probably a gift and a curse. One of the earliest movies he did was about a black man who broke barriers in sports and his depiction of Jackie Robinson in 42. Or his movie about a black man who broke barriers in music and became known as the Godfather of Soul in Boseman's depiction of James Brown in Get On Up. Or in his movie about a man who would go on to become the first black justice on the Supreme Court in his depiction of Thurgood Marshall in Marshall. If Chadwick Boseman was typecast, he was typecast as a groundbreaking black man whose legacy will stand the test of time, which in this moment seems very fitting for his memory. I didn't know Chad personally. I knew that his first portrayal of T'Challa was released in 2016's Captain America Civil War. I remember going to the theater, not knowing who Black Panther was, and hearing other people screaming and yelling with excitement when he first appeared on screen battling with Bucky Barnes. From then on, I did my research and I became a huge fan. Meanwhile, in the real world, in 2016, Chad was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. I didn't know. And you probably didn't know either. Us knowing wouldn't have changed anything. It certainly didn't change Chad's work ethic. 3 films with his work were released in 2016, and between 2016 and his death in 2020, he worked on at least 7 more feature films, with one, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, to be released posthumously. So again, I didn't know him personally. But I do know that when he was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, his response was to work. I don't know how much more I need to know about Chadwick Boseman to like him personally. I know that every depiction of him that I've seen in the media, he's been laughing and smiling.
I was like, no, we're going to go to Wakanda one day. and if, in my mind, I was like, if I have a British accent right now, what's gonna happen? When the rest of the nation is speaking with a British accent.
I'm just picturing that scene.
Horrible.
I'm just picturing that cut out of the movie right now. It's like Black Panther coming back and everyone's like, my king, you have returned. He's like, well, hello there, yes.
Yeah.
Well, hello, good to be back.
When we were debating it, I had that nightmare. I was like, no, boy.
I know that he looked like he enjoyed being with his castmates during awards season when it seemed like Black Panther would never leave the news or stop winning awards.
You know, when I think of going to work every day and the passion and the intelligence the resolve, the discipline that everybody showed. I also think of two questions that we all have received during the course of multiple publicity runs. And one is, did we know that this movie was going to receive this kind of response? Meaning, was it going to make billions of dollars? Was it going to make $1 billion? Was it going to still be around during this award season? And the second question is, has it changed the industry? Has it actually changed the way this industry works, how it sees us? And my answer to that is to be young, gifted, and black.
I know that he looked like he was having fun when he was on SNL's Black Jeopardy with Kenan Thompson.
White people for 400.
Okay, let's try it. Your friend Karen brings her potato salad to your cookout. Uh-oh, T'Challa.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. Before I answer, a few questions. This woman, Karen, she is Caucasian, eh?
Yes.
And she has her own recipe for potato salad, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, I understand. It is noble that she would volunteer to cook for everyone. And although I have never had potato salad,
Of course.
I sense that this white woman does not season her food.
That's right.
And if she does, it is only with a tiny bit of salt.
That's exactly right.
And no paprika.
No paprika, no.
And she will probably add something unnecessary like raisins.
I know, right?
So something tells me that I should say,
Say it.
oh, hell nah, Karen. Keep your brand-ass potato salad to yourself.
Personally, I can't separate Chadwick Boseman from T'Challa. And I remember feeling concerned when he was snapped out of existence in Avengers Infinity War. And I remember how thrilling it was to see him first to return in Avengers Endgame, ready to fight. Forever in my imagination will T'Challa live, ready to be the guardian of Wakanda, which for me represents blackness all around the world. Maybe there will be a new Black Panther. But to me, Chadwick Boseman will always be T'Challa. In the same year Black Panther was released, Chad was the commencement speaker at his alma mater, Howard University. After his death, a clip from that address began to circulate that I want to share with you.
Of the fighter to me. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. God says in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Graduating class, hear me well on this day. When you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education, you would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. When I dare to challenge the system that would relegate us to victims and stereotypes with no clear historical backgrounds, no hopes or talents, when I questioned that method of portrayal, a different path opened up for me. The path to my destiny. When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. God will move someone that's holding you back away from a door and put someone there who will open it for you. If it's meant for you, I don't know what your future is, But if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Now, this is your time. The light of new realization shines on you today. Howard's legacy is not wrapped up in the money that you will make, but the challenges that you choose to confront. As you commit to your past, press on with pride and press on with purpose. God bless you. I love you, Howard. Howard forever.
Yibambe is a Xhosa word which roughly translates to stand fast. I remember when they used to yell it in the movies, it would give me goosebumps. But now that the Guardian of Wakanda has fallen, I feel like it holds more meaning than it did before. Chad lived Yibambe in the years before he died. He kept working and kept living and pursuing his passion because he believed he was walking in his purpose. At times, I imagine it was hard, and I'm sure dealing with cancer treatments, there were many days that he didn't want to be working, but he kept at it because this was his purpose. For all the citizens of Wakanda who feel like things are too tough to continue, in a world where our lives are undervalued and the profits of our labor are stolen, I hope that we can learn one optimistic lesson from Chadwick Boseman as we continue to seek equality and justice in a world that will give us neither without a fight. We all have a purpose. Chadwick Boseman, forever. Yibambe.
Yibambe! 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 Yibambe!